Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a balanced rack, but duplicate A in the F, so I'm not seeing a 7 here. Could there be an 8? Possibly, but I'm not optimistic. So I'll be looking to play off the F and one of the A's. Oh wow, what an amazing start for opponent, 98 points. And quite a few floaters, which I do need to consider in case I have a bingo. So not seeing anything with the B. Now, not seeing anything with the O. I was thinking about flat boot. L, I have the fall component part. I, no. X, nope. Close to toad flax if my R were an O. E, so I have after and lad. E looks the most promising, but I'm not seeing anything. How about the S? No. Okay, well, big miss if there is one, but I'm not seeing it. I've got fad here for 25. Not getting value from the X. I could play both A's, and F goes either side of the E, so in terms of getting value from the X, that would need an AF play. Not seeing one. Well, the X has gone, so I'm not setting up a super hot X spot. Yeah, I am going with this. Am I? What about playing fad over here? 22 points. No, I'm going back to my first option for 25. Okay, well, a few more vowels. U not particularly bingo. The A getting duplicated again. Not seeing a 7. How about the S? No, I would have valuator from a V. I've got auto as a prefix with real. Not seeing anything with the X or the B. What about these pairs? OF doesn't look promising. LA, no. ID. So it could end oid. No, the U is pretty problematic here. I'm not seeing any candidate plays. I've got out as a prefix, but that leaves double A, and the auto prefix leaves LAR, and I'm not seeing a bingo. And opponent, wow, has back-to-back bingos. Miss assay, that is such a low probability bingo, so superb spot. Do any of these floaters give me an 8? Out alarm, not good. No V for valuator. R, I am not seeing anything. S, already considered. A, unpromising. So what do I have top right to get value from this triple word square? And, oh wow, yes, I can get rid of the U. I have Ureo for 22. T can go next to the S. But I'm not seeing a way of being able to play the U. It can go next to the M, but I'm just not seeing U words, and I think it's a priority to burn that. Back to double A. Okay, so I trail by 130. I'm not in good shape. There is a bingo lane in the right-hand column. but I don't have a bingo. Okay, opponent slowing down, just 30 points. Phi takes nothing after it, so that triple word square has been taken out, and that lane has been taken out. Three consecutive consonants, so hard to make a parallel play. So I could play trad for 21, creating a lane in row H, and trad takes an S in front, so keeping the board open, which I need to do if I want to come back into this game. It's not over yet, despite my massive deficit. But can I do any better than trad? The R is a good tile, much better than the L. So, well, just looking in row G, but a play across the top of bollockses doesn't really open the board up. I'm going with trad. Wow, I draw a U. Walked is good. I'm not seeing anywhere for it, but if there were somewhere, that would certainly sort the rack out. I was just eyeing up this S, the first S of Mrs. A. Now, betide takes, well, certainly an S, probably a D. So that's quite a volatile move. Nowhere for walked that I can see. Well, I do have it here. And both the W and H get tripled, so this is 30 points. Yeah, I am going with this. Wow, I draw the second blank. And the rest of the rack is quite bingo-y. And the, oh wow, I was just looking at the ends of Fanny, but opponents bingoed again to go into a 200-point lead. Can I bingo back? Well, yes, I can. I've got legatees through the A of walked. Do I have anything better? Delegate in the same spot, but that's opening column 1. And although I trail, that's not the right thing to do. It's just too easy for opponent to take that out with pretty much any rack. So is legatees best? Well, I have legatee at the bottom as well. I have it here for 72 points. The A was the blank, so the S will be the blank. Yeah, this is fractionally more than legatee at the top. And this hinders opponent getting value from this triple word square. I am going with this. Wow, quick play by opponents. 150 points in the lead. I have the V. Grovette is good. The T's in the wrong spot for that. So I have the over prefix with GHE, so I'm not saying a 7 or an 8. How can I get rid of the V? The rest of the rack is pretty good. H, not a problem, so certainly not a priority to burn it. I could play Vogue here. That's 28 points. Rack leave is decent. H goes well with P. Can I do any better? No, I think 28 points is a decent score with the V. Not a great pickup. So 3 sets of duplicate tiles. Nice play by opponent. So what to do? 21 tiles left. I think the game is lost. I trail by 160, which is between 2 and 3 bingos. So I'm not going to salvage this. So I'm looking to lose with the smallest margin. Always a painful thing to say, but it is the reality. QI is good. I've got an I, but I've got nothing to go underneath this I. So A goes in front of Geo, 1 to come. I'm looking to play off at least one I. And also get value from the H, I think. Where are the H spots on the board? Homer is good. What about this H? Well, it's no good. I've got nothing to go in front of the B. So, somewhere for H and I, and possibly R. There are 2 R's to come. What about a play through this P? I could just play hip, but that's a low score and I'm keeping double R, double E. Wow, I am not in good shape. No E's to come, so I should probably hang on to the ones I've got. I'm looking for places to play the H, not because I have to play it off, but it is a scoring tile, so where are the scores? And I'm not seeing anywhere. Gosh, how long have we got? 9 minutes on my clock. What about this H? Well, I can play there, burning both E's. I've got her ye. 38 points, that's pretty decent. But it's opening up row O, still a ton of O's and I's to come. Only one T to come, so what about doing this air for 20? Yeah, I don't think that's terrible. I may draw the T myself. EIR goes well with the P. I'm retaining the I for QI. Higher is the anagram. Yeah, I've already considered this B spot. 8 minutes on my clock. I am going with this. So, no bingo here. Nunny is good, but I don't think it compares. No scoring tiles, no A. But I do have a tile which can go underneath the I. 30 for opponent. Gosh, if I'd retained my H, I could have had niche. Op rather takes an E, not a U. But I'm not seeing any ENIC words. And it is only the N which goes under TI. Wow, tricky stuff. But I've smashed through the 200 mark. Still one N to come, so it would be nice to play off something like none. Still no A or O for going in front of the B, despite the 4 O's out there. I've only got 10A, TENNE in column 8. NAD not good in the singular. What about a play beginning IC? No, nothing there. So 7 minutes on my clock. So I could play just Nix. U helps the N. 14 points. Pretty dire. But what else can I do? Just not seeing anything. I could play Nunny. But surely opponent's got a vowel, or an A or an O. So I'm going with Nix. And I could stick an E on the end, but this is the last E, so I'm hanging on to it. Now, wow, 63 points for opponent. Punnier is good. And unripen. No effort either. And if I'd played Nunny, opponent would have had Zorro in row O. Now the last T has gone with Jot, which takes out the front hook for air. 6 tiles in the bag, 6 minutes on my clock. Pre-union through an O, but very few floaters. There's the Y. I'm not seeing anything through that. And the Z, I'm not seeing anything there. So, how can I score? I've still got an I for QI. I've got Pick. I've got Epic. And there's no point in hanging on to the E. Or is there? What does this score? This is 48. This is 41, so I'm losing 7 points by hanging on to the E. Let me count the remaining vowels. 6 out of 13. I think I will hang on to it. Yeah. It's close, but this certainly means that any rack I have will be manageable. Just wondering about any other words that might play. No, I'm going with this. And I do draw only consonants, which was the fear with burning another vowel. This rack is much more tractable with this E. Wow, opponent continuing to score 489 points. 4 minutes on my clock. I do have an L for an LY ending word, but I don't have one. So 2 tiles in the bag. I really want to hang on to my vowel in case I don't draw any. I don't mind burning the U. Just looking over the top of Legatee because my U can go above the G, but I'm not seeing anything there. Mun is good, that would sort the rack out. Rumen is good. Add doesn't take an E or a U. Now, why don't I turn over a lot of tiles? And this gives me a chance of going out in 1 next turn. I've got 5 shots of drawing a vowel. There are still 5 vowels to come, so I don't have to hang on to a vowel. The game is certainly lost. Luzerne for 15. Great, I draw 2 vowels. So Novum doesn't work. W is in the way. Not seeing a 7, not seeing a 4-letter play with this rack. So where are the floaters? There's a Y. Not seeing anything there. H, no. V is only novum. R, morn. R not quite in the right spot for that. And I'm not seeing an anagram of morn. 23 for opponent. I've got come bottom left for 21. Opponent's surely going out with AINS. So what about these two letter sets? AD. No. TE. No. EL not available. I. No. Well, onium is good, but that doesn't work. Wow, it only fails in the first spot. W and A, nothing. 2 minutes on my clock. So what to do? Nothing goes in front of LI, so row J not available. With the R. Nothing with the L. Yeah, I think I've considered every possibility. ER. No. What about LI? CID? Well, it takes an E. I don't have one. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. I'm playing come for 21. And opponent surely going out with AINS. If not, I am going out with ON. I've got on and yo. And nor, so I'm definitely going out. And opponent does go out. And the final score, 309 for me, 526 for opponent, a winning margin of 217 points. So well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a drubbing. So it was opponent to go first with this dream rack, has bollockses for 98. Phew, no missed bingo here. What do? I play fad for 25. Yeah, and only a couple more points available apart from a far G12, which does get value from the X and therefore probably slightly better, although it's an all-consonant rack leave. Now, absolutely splendid spot by opponent of Miss Assay. Pyemia's also playable, but that's it in terms of different words. My rack, no bingo here. And I play Ureo for 22, which looks off the pace and is Rochely B13. Wow, look at that. Rochely overlapping the first 5 letters in Miss Assay. Well done if you spotted that. Now, opponent slows down, plays Fanny. No bingo for me. I played Trad for 21, G9. Again, getting value from the X, data. But that has the dismerit or demerit of shutting the board down because nothing goes in front of Doff. Whereas Trad opens up the whole of the left of the board, and sometimes when you open the board you have to accept a score sacrifice. Now opponent with loads of ease plays Betide. C10. Ah, well, Chaw keeping the U for 37. I get 30 for walked, burning the U. Yeah, and there are still 2 U's to come and V's, so I like my play. But look at this, fantastic bingo from opponent, deleting, and this is the point at which the game is really beyond me. Even though I have a bingo, 72 points for Legatee, the same score available for a few other plays. But I trail by 120. And opponent just keeps piling on the points, so 36 for the Q. My rack, I thought about Her Ye. And, well, I play Vogue for 10 fewer points. Burning the V, a GRE, a much better rack leave than GOV. Now, opponent with some big tiles plays Vorty, and my rack, again, her ye available, but I have the last ease, so I play air for a lot less. And the other, and possibly the more significant issue with her ye is that it's providing effortless access to row O for opponents. So, and keeping 2 eyes with 4 eyes to come, it just felt like a rubbish move. Now, opponent with the T for there plays Jot for 30. Could have played Soz, D10, Soz, Ob and ZE for 67, retaining the T. Interesting. Now, my rack, and, well, I'm still not sure if Nunnia is good. I don't think it is, but it may be. I play Nix for 14, M2, Inner. Yeah, quite nice for 25 points. Very difficult to know at this point what is best in terms of minimising the losing spread, given how unbingo-y the board is. Now, fantastic play by opponent of Zorro's. Extends their lead to over 200. I have Punnia, nowhere for it. I think about Epic and go with Pick. Opponent plays OK. M1, Nem, that's nice for 28. What do? I play Luzerne for 15. And the thinking behind this is that by retaining only 2 tiles and drawing the final 2, I may be able to go out in 1, which is far less likely when you retain 3 tiles. Now, Unhelm was available, J2. Interesting, Unhelm, a decent alternative to Luzerne, a lot bigger score. Yeah. Now, opponent's rack plays CID, and finally, oh, there is an out, Muon, M5, a do and 10. Wow, I didn't spot that I had a 4-letter play on my rack, and even if I did, row M may have eluded me, but it was available, and instead I play Come for 21, and opponent goes out with Sane, which was best, so a great spot. And that was the end of that. So what a game. Absolutely brutal stuff. Fantastic start for opponent with 2 back-to-back bingos, and then just carried on scoring really well to get to over 500 points. But there are games like this, and you just need to roll with it and move on to the next one. So well done to opponent on a fantastic victory. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.